Hey, what's up, everybody? This King JB doing the thing. You know what time it is. As you see on MMA topics, I've been doing the daily rap from the throne. It's my new thing. I'm writing an article every single night on the daily news from that day. It's more of an opinion blog than anything. I don't really do that uh, politically correct type shit. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all enjoy the opinions and views. I always love the comments. But from now on, along with my writing, I'm gonna post a video where I talk about the same issues. So here you go. This is Daily Rap today. It's obviously May 15th, 2011. I'm gonna start off here with Antonio Nogueira, Minotauro. Legend in the sport, probably the greatest, second greatest heavyweight of all time, behind Fedor. He wants to make his comeback, and he's talking about doing it at UFC Rio. I don't think there's a better time for it. I'm loving it. I'm a huge Nogueira fan. 32-6, amazing in this sport. Uh, Sources say that his next opponent's going to be Brendan Schaub, 8-1. Very good. He did beat Krokop, but my problem with Schaub is that he has an issue with respect. He's a little bit too arrogant, and he disrespects Krokop pretty much, and I don't really dig that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't disrespect the legends of the sport, and Schaub did it. And for this point on, I can't fuck with Schaub. I don't like him at all, based on the fact that he disrespected legend. Mirko Krokop is a legend in the sport, legend in kickboxing. He's just great, and you don't disrespect him. Now he gets Nogueira, and I bet you anything during this lead up to the fight, he disrespects him. Nogueira is the second best heavyweight of all time, and no one could deny that. You can't. Fuck that. I I do love the fight though. I think Nogueira is still in this. A lot of people are dissing Nogueira because he lost to Velasquez pretty decent, pretty hard. But the thing about it is, Nogueira is not gone, man. Nogueira is still Nogueira. Nogueira can beat anybody on this planet, and except for Fedor. But the truth of it is that man, he lost to the heavyweight champion of the world. He didn't go lose to Todd Duffy or something. Nogueira's Nogueira, and I think he's gonna come back, and I think he's gonna beat Brendan Shaw by either knocking him out or the submission. More than likely, it'll be a submission. So, I just don't see Nogueira losing this fight. I think Nogueira's still a top 10 heavyweight. And if you don't have him in your top 10 heavyweights, you're fucked up. How do you not have Nogueira? Y'all motherfuckers is dropping Fedor and Nogueira out of your top 10. Are you fucking crazy? You crazy. And you're putting Big Country in? Nogueira would beat the shit out. I'm telling you, Nogueira would beat Big Country. Nogueira would beat Stephen Struve. Man, get the fuck out of here. Nogueira's top of the food chain, man. He's up there, man. You can't deny that. All right, keeping it moving. We got Jeff Monson and Daniel Cormier signed. Very excited to see Jeff Monson back with the big boys. I think he self promoted himself very well, and he's a great fighter. I mean, a lot of people don't know he's 42-11. Jeff Monson is a great MMA fighter. Daniel Cormier, I love Daniel Cormier. I play NBA Live 2K11 with him all the time on the Xbox Live. Great dude, great dude. I think he's big for this sport. He's young in this sport. He's only 7-0, but his wrestling pedigree is top notch. I think that with his size, I think maybe he should drop down to 205. But regardless, I think that his wrestling will definitely be able to handle Jeff Monson in this. I hope that Monson does not get cut after this because they're matching him up with a beast. Monson deserves to still be in the MMA top companies. I think he deserves to be in Strikeforce. So let's not cut him after he loses to Cormier because Cormier is a beast. I really wanted to see that fight with him and Shane Del Rosario, but we're not gonna see it. So it is what it is. I think, like I said, Daniel Cormier. I think he's gonna win this fight, and I think he's gonna be a definite beast in this business. No question about it. Okay, now we're gonna move on. Nick Diaz says everyone is scared of him. Don't be scared, homie. Right? I said this before, and people got real pissed off. Nick Diaz has smoked himself retarded. I love Nick Diaz. I love the Diaz brothers. I think they're great for the sport. But it's getting to the point where everything that comes out of Nick Diaz's mouth is just fucking retarded. Now, let me make this clear. I love watching them. They're entertaining. I love the retarded shit they say. It gives me something to talk about, and it's very entertaining. Uh, but it doesn't mean that because I like it that it's accurate. Nick Diaz says a lot of inaccurate shit. Excuse me. He's 25-7 and he's great. But is anybody really scared of Nick Diaz? Does anybody really believe that people are scared of Nick Diaz? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Nick Diaz is he's not really a scary force. He's just not. I think he's delusional right now. If he's referring to George St. Pierre, who's 22-2, I'm sure the fuck the GSP is not scared of Nick Diaz. He may be scared of Anderson Silva, but he's not scared of Nick Diaz, man. If anything, if George St. Pierre does not want this fight with Nick Diaz, it's for one reason and one reason only. It's because Nick Diaz may not have the ability to help him draw a million pay-per-view buys. Let's be real. Nick Diaz is great, but has he ever proven to be a top draw? Has he ever had more than 300,000 people watch his shows? I don't know. I got to look back to the Paul Daly fight. If anything, that would probably be his biggest fight. I don't see Nick Diaz drawing like that, man. And so I think George St. Pierre, if he doesn't want to fight Nick Diaz, that's why. For the record, before you motherfuckers start hating, I do like Nick Diaz. I got him ranked as my #2 welterweight in the world. No question. But scared of him? I don't think anyone is, man. You know what I mean? He can't even scare Jason Miller. Come on, man. Don't be scared, homie. Because when it comes down to it, who's really scared? You got Tyron Woodley on your ass. And now all of a sudden you want to go fight Jeff Lacy? Or go to the UFC for your fight with GSP? I'm not knocking it. Go get your money, homie. But at the same time, Tyron Woodley is there. And people are forgetting about it. Tyron Woodley can beat Nick Diaz. His wrestling is that great. You know, let's be real. Can Nick Diaz handle a great wrestler like Tyron Woodley? I don't think so. I think he's trying to get out of that. Because right now, the only thing going for him is that he's Strikeforce champion and he makes a lot of weird statements, so he gets a lot of publicity. This Nick Diaz reign is going to end soon. And it's his own fault. You know, because his mind is not there. His mind should be on defending the Strikeforce title and getting Tyron Woodley in there and beating him. Unless he's going to get the GSP fight. Then I understand. But Jeff Lacy, he's going to go to boxing and get fucked up. And then the 300 pay-per-view buys, 1,000 pay-per-view buys that he could have had before will then drop to 100,000. Truth of it is he's going to hurt his stock with this boxing. I know a lot of y'all are going to disagree with me, but it is what it is. Topic number 4. Fedor, 3-1 favorite over Dan Henderson. People, quit bitching about it. Especially you people that don't even gamble. I gamble. I'm betting on this shit. Not this particular fight. But Fedor, you guys act like he ain't shit anymore. He never got his ass whooped but once. Verdun did not whoop his ass. He got him with some slick jiu-jitsu and won that fight, true. But he didn't whoop his ass. Big Antonio Silva did whoop his ass. Bigfoot whooped his ass. There's no question. But that doesn't mean Fedor's done. Fedor is the greatest of all time. Period. Who's better than Fedor? You can't say anyone is. So he should be a 3-1 favorite over Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson's moving up Fedor's not moving down to 205. So why shouldn't he be a favorite? Especially people that don't bet, like I said, quit bitching. Just enjoy the fights, man. These are two legends. Fedor, 31-3. Dan Henderson, 27-8. Man, just enjoy this shit. You know? Quit bitching about it. They don't deserve the hatred, man. You know, people that's knocking Fedor and saying, goddamn, I mean, some real stupid shit. Fedor doesn't belong anywhere. Dana White was right because he didn't sign Fedor. Get the fuck out of here. Dana White knows he should have signed Fedor. Dana White still wants to sign Fedor. Don't fucking sit here and play. Fedor is a beast, man. And he's going to win this fight, man. He's going to win this fight, period. But, quit disrespecting the man, man. Come on. Just because You know, people lose a couple fights once in a while. It doesn't mean you shouldn't, you know, have respect. That's just the bottom line. Fedor is the man, and anyone that says he's not, I really question you as an MMA fan or MMA personality. Period. Fedor is the man. Y'all know that shit. All right, next, Frank Trigg says retirement announcements are not needed. Let me say this: they're not needed for people that don't have a fan base, but they are needed for the Fedors, for the GSPs, for the Anderson Silvas, for the Royce Gracies, and I'm gonna tell you why. They have a huge fan base that buys their clothing, that buys their DVDs, that watches the pay-per-view when they're in the main event. An announcement to say goodbye and thank you, I think is very much so needed. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it kind of puts the stamp. It lets us know, hey, this was the beginning of his career. This is the end of his career. I think us as fans want that. Frank Trigg says that because you know what? He's not going to announce it because he's probably broke. Truth of it is he wants to leave that option open so he can fight at any time. When someone like GSP retires, it's going to be for good, man. And so he needs to make the announcement. Chuck Liddell needed to make the announcement so we can share that moment and say, man, damn, he was great. Frank Trigg, you may retire without an announcement, and nobody's even gonna fucking know. They're just gonna read it sometime. We're just gonna be like, man, Frank Trigg ain't fought in like four years. You know, whatever it's gonna be. You know, and even if you made the announcement, I highly doubt it'd be huge. I highly doubt people around here is gonna say, man, you hear Frank Trigg retired? The reason is Frank Trigg's personality has got him no fan base. So with that being the case, he has no one to announce it to. Um, the bottom line, man, Frank Trigg, when a lower level MMA fighter has the nerve to say shit like that, it bothers me. Because if he was in Anderson Silva's shoes or any of the legends, there's no question in my mind he would set aside a time to announce his retirement. He's saying this because he knows nobody gives a fuck about him. So if he's not going to have a retirement announcement, then nobody should. Fuck that. Frank Trigg, fuck you. You ain't got shit. You're just a fucking idiot. Period. Now, like I said, I do think a proper goodbye is called showing respect to the fans. I do think that. You know, Frank Trigg, he's never shown respect for anybody. He doesn't even know what fucking respect is. Now, that's the end of my topics today. Now, one quick side note about the haters. Stop hating, man. It's just pointless. This shit's just fucking pointless. Stop fucking hating. Who gives a fuck if we share the same opinions, man? Just say you don't agree and move on. Anyway, MMA Topics, MMA Kingdom, MMA Affiliates Radio. Big shout out to MMA Madhouse. Big shout out to Mobster Fight Gear. Motherfucker, we doing it in 2011. Understand that. Thanks to everybody. MMA Affiliates Radio tonight, 11:30 to 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Get at us. Love y'all, man. Yeah.